Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Reading Panic Sprints. Can you believe that it's literally December 10th? Like, where has the year gone? How are you doing? How has your reading week been going? I have just started a new book today, which is House of Pounding Hearts by Olivia Wildenstein. This is book 2 in her Kingdom of Crows series. I think she has 3 books out, or the third one's coming out. She's an indie fantasy romance author. I'm really excited about this one, although I'm only 26 pages in and it's taken me like a little bit of time to get that far, just because I'm trying to remember who all the people were from the first one. But I've put aside my other read from last reading sprint because I'll have to, oh gosh, it's over there. I need to go get it. But it's Slaying the Shifter Prince. And it is probably the wildest in terms of like romantic scenes that I've ever read. And to each their own, but I don't know if I can finish that book. So we've moved on to something new. Anyway, what are you reading? How are you? What's going on? Hi, she's booked and busy. Hey girl, I finished 4 books so far this week, so I am on fire. Yes, you are. Oh my gosh, what were the books? 4 already. That's amazing. What is your end of the year, or I guess like your Goodreads goal for this year? And are you on route to meeting it? Because I know you've been on fire recently. If you're new to sprints, welcome. We do 3 rounds of 45 minutes with a little coffee chat in between for like 5-ish minutes, like up to 10 minutes. We don't chat for very long because that's not the point. The point is to read books and crush our TBR. And we are doing this every Sunday. There are only a few more left. But I'm doing a bonus all-day sprints day next Monday, December 18th. That starts at 3 p.m. if you're in the UK, or 9 a.m. if you are in Central Standard Time. So I'm going to be there all day to read, but feel free to join whenever you want. I do have some cozy ambiance. I have a new screen for us. It's the Christmassy one. I'm feeling very festive. As you can see, I've had my Christmas stuff out for like 6 weeks. Not 6 weeks, but a long time. 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know. It's been a hot minute. Anyway, let's start reading quickly if there are no more comments. Oh, I want to see what you've been reading. In fairness, it's been a challenge video, so I'm motivated. Good. LOL Killjoy. Is that Girl's Guide to Murder novella I think you told me about? Ice Planet Barbarians. Oh my gosh. Do you like that? Because I think that there's a very strong fandom for it, but I'm not sure that monster like romance is for me. Drowning by TJ Newman. I don't know that one. Finished a selection last night. Oh wow, that's a throwback. And now 0 Days by Ruth Ware. Haven't read a Ruth Ware book. She writes thrillers, right? My goal is 50, but I think I'm at 76. Oh my gosh, you put me to shame. That's awesome. 76 books. That's incredible. That's amazing. Keep going. Maybe you'll hit 90. You still have 3 weeks left. Anyway, let's pull up our focus here. I do have some ambiance, some fireplace ambiance. It's working on my end this time, which is great. So I also get to enjoy it. So let's get started. Are we ready to go? Let's go. I will see you in 45 minutes. Feel free to mute me if you don't like the fireplace. Hello, welcome back. I hope that your first sprint round was productive, that you set aside the phone if you were able and just committed to reading your book and getting some stuff done. It's good to see more people coming in. This week must just be a busy week for everyone. It is getting that time of year. Christmas is around the corner. Lots of things are happening. I want to see who's here. Hi, Harriet. It's good to see you. So happy that you're here this week. Let's see. Hi, Haley. Joining late again. LOL. Still on my tandem read of Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn. I can imagine reading both of those at the same time. Big books. Totally worth it, though, in my opinion. Are you still enjoying it, loving it? Do you find it overwhelming with all the point of views? Because each one has a lot of point of views, let alone reading both of them at the same time. Hey, Beth. I finished Air of Fire earlier this week. Yay. Or no, earlier today. Sorry, earlier today. On to Queen of Shadows. Once I finished cooking dinner, Queen of Shadows is great. I think each book gets better and better and better. Once you're at like Air of Fire, I feel like it's good. And then Queen of Shadows is great. How did you like Air of Fire? Was it a 5-star book? Harriet said, I spontaneously decided to do some Pilates, but then was like, girl, do your Pilates. I was just telling my husband today that I miss doing hot yoga. I'm not a big Pilates person, but I love yoga and hot yoga, and I haven't done it in over a year and a half, and I just need to do something for myself again. So that's going to be a New Year's resolution for me. So you got to do your little workout, got to do it. So I'm glad you did it, but I'm also glad that you joined us, even though it was late. You're reading the third Laini Taylor book, Dreams of God and Monsters. Yeah, it is a long title. Do you like? Is this a reread for you? I can't remember if this was you rereading it. I knew that you were reading the series though. And if it's not a reread, how do you like it? Haley says it's a bit overwhelming, but I'm liking it. Yeah, I can imagine it being overwhelming. It took me a little to get into Tower of Dawn. I've been reading different books during the week, so I don't have to lug both books to work. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you'd have to carry both around at all times and then be switching, which wouldn't be a problem when you're at home. But if you're like traveling to and from work, yeah, that'd be crazy. Beth said Air of Fire was kind of hard to get through, to be honest. Oh, I loved the first 150 pages, and the next 50-ish were so hard to stay motivated for. I don't remember, to be honest, like specifics, because I read Air of Fire. I don't know. There's a whole saga with me reading that series because I started reading it back in like 2017, and then I had a major concussion, and then I forgot it all, and then I had to restart over. And I read so many of those books back to back to back in the last year that they blend together. So I really don't know anything except like a vibe and a feeling about how I feel about reading the book, but like specific situations, I can't tell you where it happens. But hopefully Queen of Shadows is better for you overall. Yeah, hot yoga is the best, Harriet. I absolutely love it. Apart from doing downward dog when it's really hot makes my hands slip. Yeah, I ended up buying a special mat. I like saved up my money to get a really nice, oh, what was the brand? Oh no, it was Lululemon. Yeah, their mats are expensive, but I was slipping around, and even like with the yoga towel, it was just I ended up investing in a yoga mat, and I've had it for years, and it was worth it. And yeah, you are rereading it. That's what I thought. So I was right. Beth said those 50 pages took me like a week and a half to get through, but the first 150 and last 250-ish were incredible. Oh my gosh, what was, you don't say it on here because it'll be spoilerly, but if you can message me on Instagram or something, tell me what it was that was dragging for you, because that's so specific. Hi, Anna. I'm 120 pages into To Shape a Dragon's Breath. Oh, I don't know that. It's quite good so far. It might fill your dragon fix if you still aren't liking Iron Flame. Yeah, I haven't picked back up. It looks so nice on the shelf, though. I reorganized my shelf today because my in-laws are coming for Christmas, and like I'm gonna try to hide fairy smut, try to look a little bit more PG. But Iron Flame and Fourth Wing look so beautiful. So they are on display, but I have not made it past page 76, so I will have to check this book out. I'm gonna To Shape a Dragon's Breath. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my mind so I remember to look it up on Goodreads tonight. Thank you. Beth said about Air of Fire, don't want to spoil anything, but basically all the POVs just slowed down, and there's only one I was excited to read. It took 100 pages to get to. Oh, I hate when that happens. I understand. Totally understand. Here, instead I've been thinking about trying some Lulu leggings. I normally get Sweaty Betty, but I don't know if they're any good. Okay, we can have a quick fitness chat because I literally just recommended Lulu leggings to someone. I've had mine for 5 years and I wear them every day because they're part of my work uniform, my ballet uniform. And like, even though the colors faded a little bit, they're an investment piece. So I would buy them again for sure. I like Sweaty Betty as well. I think their patterns are really cute. If you don't know what Sweaty Betty is, if you're in America, Sweaty Betty is this really cute active wear, fitness wear brand. And they do a lot of like snowboarding winter clothes. I think they're really cute. But yeah, I like Lululemon. Anyway, Haley said To Shape a Dragon's Breath was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite, but really fun to read. And I'll definitely read the second one when it comes out. Yeah, I definitely need to look this up because I've not heard of it before. Beth says, I'm nervous for Queen of Shadows because I've seen other people's reactions and I'm not sure I want to know what happens in the book because of those reactions. Yeah, I try to avoid all reactions when possible, even with Iron Flame, because although I'm not enjoying it and I didn't particularly like Fourth Wing, I still don't want to know the spoilers. So I have unfollowed the hashtags that have anything to do with that series because I just don't want to know. Beth said I'll probably be staying up later today because I slept in. Yay, you could join us for longer. What is everyone else reading? If you weren't here in the beginning, I'm reading book 2 in Kingdom of Crows, House of Pounding Hearts, and I really like it. The main girl is a bit annoying, but it's a fun book, and who knew that I would enjoy a series that has to do with like crow shifters. It's actually pretty good. And it's like very detailed and there's like a whole other language. So I keep going to the front of the book and looking up the words. There's 2 languages, which is cool. Very intricate. Yeah, the cover is so pretty. Book 1, I'll pull it here in a second for you to show you in our next little break. But yeah, isn't it pretty? The first one's red. I think the third one is House of Striking Oaths, and I think it's green. Hey, Sophie, good to see you. She said, hello, I've got 2 books on the go at the moment, currently reading Hurricane Wars and Of Mist and Shadow. Oh, are you liking Of Mist and Shadow? I've seen it around. Yeah, Crow Shifters Harriet. Who would have thought? I should have known, seeing that it's called Kingdom of Crows. Like, I should have known, but I didn't realize. And book 1 is a journey that has so much more going on to it that I feel like now we're actually getting into like the Kingdom of Crows because we're actually at a Kingdom of Crows. There's also fae in this and sorcerers and sorceresses and yeah, it's cool. There's some of our favorite tropes in this book. I'm enjoying it. I got my copy of Hurricane Wars a few weeks ago. I'm so hyped for it. Yeah, how are you liking it? We talked about that book a little bit last time, and I haven't heard anything else since. She's booked and busy, not me just sitting here adding everyone's reads to my Amazon cart. Yay! That's a win. That's why we do this, so we can add to the TBR pile. That's amazing. Has anyone else received their copy of Gold by Raven Kennedy? Because mine arrived this week and the pages are orange, like bright orange. They don't match the rest of the book. So I think mine is possibly like defunct. I don't know. But are you starting that book? I almost started it tonight, but I think it's going to take me like a long time to get through. I'm really going to savor it. I'm so excited. to continue on with that series. Literally same, yeah. Add everything to the cart. Harriet said, "Oh no, can you exchange or return your hobby?" Maybe, but like, can I be bothered? I don't know. It's signed. I got a signed one and it looks so pretty on my shelf. I'm just staring at it. This is the series that I put on big display for the in-laws because the spines are gorgeous and it doesn't really say like slang the shifter prints, you know? It's a little bit more discreet. Beth said I want to read the Guild series, but starting a series scares me because it costs too much to buy all the books. Yeah, I feel that. I've been reading these books as they've been coming out, so it feels a little bit easier to stay on top of it. Anyway, let's move on to our second round of sprints, 45 minutes. Grab yourself a drink. I've got some ice water and I've got some snacks. Get yourself some coffee, some wine, whatever you'd like. Oh, you've seen more people complaining about the coloring. Okay. I have the Fairy Loot editions. Oh, those are really pretty. And I bet they'll continue on with the rest of the series. They fit perfectly. They will fit perfectly in my IKEA Calyx box, like one of the boxes. Right now, there's space for one more book. And since there is a sixth one coming out, it's going to entirely fill one of the IKEA boxes. And it's going to be so satisfying to my bookish heart. I cannot wait, but that's another year. Anyway, let's continue on with reading. We've got 2 more sprints to go. So I will see you in 45 minutes. I'm going to pop the ambiance back on for us. And I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Hello, welcome back. How was your second sprint round? I am on page 80, chapter 14, House Pounding Hearts. Christian so kindly pulled up the first book so I could show it to you. It isn't red. I guess the spine is red. It's like a dark green, but I think they're really pretty. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. I just couldn't continue wearing my contacts. They were hurting my eyes too much. How are you? What did you accomplish? What did you finish reading? I am thinking that this week is going to continue to be a short reading week for me because there's so much to get done in the next couple weeks with the end of the year. I have all my Bookmas videos to do. I have work I need to get ahead of so that I can enjoy the holidays with my family. So I'm hoping that by the end of next week, I will have finished 2 books, which isn't much, but I will take what I can get, you know? Harriet said, love the covers of those books. I've heard good things. I'm enjoying this, and I would go as far as to say I recommend it, especially if you like Fae and enemies to lovers and, you know, destinies and that kind of stuff. Although I will say that the main character, Fallon, in book 2 is being incredibly stubborn. Like, I'm rolling my eyes, but I also think that her stubbornness is kind of a fun personality trait, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't bother me like it normally would. I'm a bit like, oh, girl, come on. Just, you're not going to wear shoes as you go on a 4-mile hike because this guy bought them for you and you're like angry at him. Wear the shoes, you know? That's annoying. Anyway, Beth said I just started Queen of Shadows, read the first 60 pages. Wow, that's fast. Good. My heart. It's such a good book. When do you finish work? I finish work. I do a few different things since I'm a freelancer. So I just actually resigned and wrapped up a current job this weekend, which is good. So that's kind of something off my chest. But I do marketing year round. So I need to stay on top of stuff that's going to go up and live while I'm on vacation, if that makes sense. But I finished teaching ballet by next weekend. So Monday, when we do our full day reading sprints, I'll be done working, you know? So I'm really looking forward to doing that and just letting work stay in the past. That said, also the oven isn't working properly, so my enchiladas still aren't ready. No, they were supposed to be done 45 minutes ago. I'm sorry, but at least you got reading done. Hi, Cassandra. Good to have you here. Hello, first time I can do this live. Yay! I love that. What are you reading tonight? Oh, you just said deep into Caraval right now. Oh, so good. I want to do a reread of that first trilogy desperately. I was hoping to do it before A Curse for True Love came out, but I didn't get to it. But that's fine. I kind of see them as very separate stories, separate entities, although they connect, obviously. So I'll probably reread that in the coming year. Harriet said, yeah, I'd wear the shoes. Yeah, girl, wear the shoes. She's hiking up a rocky mountain without shoes on because she doesn't want to give in. Please. Oh, hey, I just finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. 5 stars. Oh, do need to read it. I'm starting Wolf Song by TJ Klune. I've not read a TJ Klune book. It's got a few out now. I want to say your name correctly. Is it Neve? Please try to write it for me. I want to make sure that I'm saying it correctly. I had a student with the name that you have, and I can't remember how she pronounced it. I'm really sorry. Oh, hi, Pierre. How are you doing? Are you slumping? Because I saw on your Instagram today that you were in a little bit of a reading slump. Have you officially hit your first slump? I hope not. Pierre has never had a reading slump before, you guys. Can you believe it? I was like, I go through a reading slump every month. What? What is this sorcery? Sophie said, I read 50 pages of Mist and Shadow, reading and listening to the audiobook at the same time. Oh, it must be a good audiobook then. I've only done that with a couple of stories before. Usually I will flip-flop between the two, which reminds me, I haven't actually listened to any audiobook using my Spotify free 10 hours in like a month and a half. What am I doing? I could probably read a lot more this week if I listened to an audiobook. You said, yeah, I said it right. Don't worry. Okay, good. I'm glad. I want to make sure that I'm saying everyone's name correctly. Harriet said, OMG, I had a reading slump for like 3 months this year. Yes, same. Same. Pierre said, girl, I left Love Light Farm for a bit and switched over to oh my gosh. Thank God. Thank God. I will say that the beginning first bit, maybe it's me because I waited like 3 years to read it after reading the first one, but the first like prologue is quite long, and I was like, what is going on? But then once you get into it, you know, she catches you. Oh, actually, will you get my earrings?
Probably.
They're under the tree. I have something I want to show you. I want to show you guys. That Christian just gave me. Did you give me these yesterday? It's an early Christmas present. I was shocked. You won't believe it. Look what he gave me. Come on. I can't wait to wear these for a video. They're a quart of silver flame earrings. Can you believe it? Iconic. It even has like the back text. Amazing. It's probably the dirtiest thing that I own, and I am obsessed with them. He did such a good job. Pierre said, if anyone's going to save me from a slump, it's Sarah Janet. Yeah, same. I will reread just my favorite chapters to get out of a slump. Yeah, Harriet said, OMG, Pierre is getting ready for the next book. I don't even know when to start my rereads. I'm not going to reread. I can't reread Crescent City Book 1 because I thought it was such a sludge to get through the first 600 pages. It's a typical Sarah Janamas book in which the first 700 pages are full of world building and stuff. And if it's a little bit slower, then it can feel kind of sludgy. The first book is probably like one of my, no, it's not one of my, what am I saying? I still give it 5 stars, but the last 200 pages were the best, and I don't want to reread it. That's my short answer. You said the prologue was way too long, but it's fine. Yeah, it was long. I'm on chapter 3 now. Okay, good. Yeah, the earring. I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. I was like, is this why you asked me what my favorite book was the other day? So good. Hi Shelly. I'm reading A Court of Silver Flames right now. Just made it 1/4 in. It is my favorite book, probably of all time. I think A Court of Mist and Fury, I mean, is my favorite book of all time as well. I'm gonna have to tier rank all of her books at some point, now that I've read all of them, including Catwoman, which was also 5 stars. She's just the best. Anyway, January 30th, House of Flame and Shadow comes out. I will be locking myself away, talking to no one, minding my own business, turning off my phone so that I don't see anything spoilery, because there's always people on Instagram who don't put spoiler warnings in their stories and stuff. I don't want to be spoiled. I was spoiled for the ending of House of Sky and Breath through fan art, and I was spoiled by, what was the other thing? I don't know, but it's big and it's huge, and I'm still bitter about it. Mary said, just mentioning this earrings to my boyfriend now. They make a fantastic Christmas present. I think I'm just gonna wear them in a YouTube video and just make no comment. I'm just gonna have them dangling. They're so obnoxious. They're the best. Beth said, I love Sarah J. Maas. She's so easy to read, and her books are addictive. They are. She's one of the only authors who can make so many different characters actually feel different. Yes, that's so true. I think that's why we end up caring about the side characters. Like, I said this before, and I still stand by this. I would read any series about any of her side characters. In particular, Tower of Dawn comes to mind. I really loved that book, and I didn't have high expectations of it because people said it wasn't very great. Pierre, I think you were one of them that said I should skip it, but I ended up really loving it, and I loved all of these new characters, and I think she's really good at that. I agree with you. But it's okay if you don't like the book. Sophie says, such a big pet peeve too. Like, why do people almost never put spoiler warnings up? Yeah, especially in stories. Like people just tap through those. It's not like they're actively sourcing out a post or, especially on TikTok. I'm not on Book Talk anymore. I rarely ever go on TikTok. I will watch things that you guys send me if you follow me on TikTok. I think I've actually I made my like Twitter X account. Well, no, what is it? Is it X? Is it X now? No, but it's not X. What's the one with Instagram? Threads. See, this is how out of touch I am. I think I made my Threads private because people were putting spoiler stuff up on there too and like ranting about random things. So like if you want to follow me on there, I mostly post like the stuff that like we talk about in this chat. I'm not on there all the time either, but yeah, people spoil too much. I stay on YouTube and Instagram. It's the best in my opinion. Pierre says Tower of Dawn hater for life. No. Oh, is it because it was Kale? Kale. Is it because it was him? So funny. I love that you hate that book so much. Anyway, it's time for us to get back to reading. So we need to go. This is our third and final sprint round, but we do this again every Sunday, and we're doing our bonus reading day next Monday at 3 p.m. London time, 9 a.m. Chicago time. Harriet said, Kayla's such a square. Pierre says he's fine. Do you mean fine like he's fine or like he's just fine? I had such a love-hate relationship with that man. He said the whole thing was useless and unnecessary to me. No, I loved it. I loved it so much. 5 stars. I even put it oh no, I haven't announced it yet, but Tower of Dawn is in my top 10 reads of 2023. I haven't made that video, but he's going in there. I don't know where he's gonna sit on the pedestal of 1 to 10, but I think he's going in top 10. So we said, I'm worried whether I should do a full reread and catch up before Crescent City 3. I'm not the Lulu enough to try and do it for January 30th yet. Don't try that. I am going to just read synopses online. I thank the people who sit at their computer for like 12 hours and write us full in-depth plot breakdowns of like everything that happened in that book. People do that, and I think that they are underappreciated. The audacity. It's a good book. It's a great book. Anyway, enough Sarah J. Maas talk. There's never enough Sarah J. Maas talk, but we must stop talking because we must read. All right, I'm going to put the fireplace back on. Feel free to mute me. I will see you in 45 minutes. Goodbye. back from our third sprint round. How was your time reading? Did you accomplish anything? I technically didn't accomplish very much. Only 5 chapters, and they're quite short. But it's still okay. Like, I'm enjoying the book, so I'm not too concerned about reading quickly. I'd rather just enjoy it. Oh, yay. Hi, Lauren. I'm glad that you're able to join that third sprint round. What were you reading? Pierre, where'd you go? He said, I just met Cormac. Oh. So, I know what you mean. Harry said I didn't achieve much. I was browsing Lululemon. Oh no, that's my fault. I'm sorry. No, but I also still do recommend the leggings. So if you didn't get reading done, then maybe you found yourself a pair. I really love mine. She is booked and busy. I read 135 pages of 0 Days. I don't know this book. It sounds dystopian, but I'm going to have to look it up on Goodreads. 0 Days. Sophie said, I only read like 25 pages. Yeah, maybe it's just one of those days for us. Starting to just slow down. I don't feel like totally done with reading. I might read for a little bit more tonight before bed, but I do need to get some stuff tidied up around the house and whatnot. But I, as always, appreciate you reading with me every Sunday. I look forward to it, especially this week. I had a very stressful week. Resigning from a job is always very stressful and gives me a ton of anxiety. So I was just like literally waiting for Sunday because I knew that would all be over and we'll have passed and I would be here reading with you. So I really do appreciate you hanging out with me virtually. And we are getting through the TBR and we have a couple more weeks to go. Next Sunday, I hope to see you. And if not Sunday, we are still doing all day reading sprints Monday. I know you probably won't be able to stay the whole time, but pop in whenever you can or just hang out while you're working. It would be awesome. I've decided what I'm reading. I think I'm going to read For the Wolf and start For the Throne. I've been convinced by one of you actually to read that duology sooner rather than later, and I have both of them and they're wintry and atmospheric, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna read that. But yeah, let me do a few more comments here. She's booked and busy. It's a mystery thriller by Ruth Ware. Oh yeah, right. You said you were reading Ruth Ware. Not really my preferred genre, but it's well written, has kept my attention. Overall, a decent read. That's good to hear. I have never really read a mystery thriller outside of the YA genre. I'm scared very easily. I hate scary movies. I stick with all of my horror in the fantasy world, but eventually I will convince myself to one day participate in like some spooky October TBR. So I do own the guest list though, if anyone's read that, and I own a couple of murder mysteries about the Queen of England, and she like solves mysteries while she drinks tea. So that's kind of where I sit at in terms of mysteries. Nothing scary. So we said I'm tempted to read Slaying the Shadow Prince. Did you like it? Oh my gosh, Slaying the Shadow Prince. Where has that book gone? I just had it. Oh, I think it's in the bedroom. So Sophie, thank you so much for asking this because it's been a time. I was really enjoying the beginning of it. And then it got to be, and I can't say it on a live stream. I can talk about it in a YouTube video. So I'll just say that it's some of the most out there romantic scenes that I have ever read. And I was just like, did not see it coming. And I was reading it last night. I'm over 220 pages in. And there's too much, let me just say, tongue and tail, okay? I don't like it when men have tails. I know that Faye, we read all these like shapeshifter romances. I mean, hello, I'm reading like King of Crows here. But there were some hail action going on. And I said to my husband that I think I'm going to DNF it. And he was like, oh, you just bought the book. You just spent all that money. And I was like, yeah, but read this. And then he read a couple pages and he's like, you're going to sell this book. I'm like, yeah, I think I am. So that's how that's going. But I'm not knocking it off totally. Like Claire Sager. I would read other books by her. I just I was really caught off guard, but to each their own. If you want to know more about kind of what I'm talking about, I'm sure you can Google it. You would just be spoiled for a little bit. If you don't know, that is a standalone and a series by 5 different indie fantasy romance authors. So right up my alley and my genre. And I know that I would love anything by Carissa Broadbent, who's one of the other authors, and her slaying the Vampire King or something like that would take place in a series that she's already written. And I know that I would prefer that. I don't think that it'll have the same kind of tropes in this one necessarily. So I'm not knocking the whole series. This one is a strong no, I think, for me. To answer your question, sorry that was not brief. Harriet said, well done for getting through it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's some more that has to happen this week, but we're getting there, and then we can celebrate the holidays. And yeah, it's Monday. I do love Mondays. I love Mondays. So it is going to be a good start to the week. I'm telling myself that. Lauren said, I actually got a lot done considering I just joined 40 minutes ago. Yay! You were reading, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I tried reading that series as a kid. I have a really big book with all of them. And I read the first one. I don't think I'll ever go back to them, but I hope that you are enjoying it. I remember loving the movies as a kid. Sophie said Chris's slang book is a lot more mild with the spice compared to Claire Sager's. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind really, really spicy stuff, but it was the specific things happening that I was like, not for me, not my cup of tea. Give it a read, definitely. I'm glad that you've read it. Have you read any of the other ones? I know that they're all monster romances. And actually, she's booked and busy. If you're still in here, I did see your comment earlier about you reading an alien romance book. It was Ice Planet Barbarians. I've never read Alien. Here it is. I've never read an Alien book, but if you like this one, you say is low-key awesome, and I'm definitely not judging you. No judgment on anything that you ever read, anytime. But if you like this, and maybe I will give it a go. I do know that there's a really big crowd of people who really like it. So maybe it's something that I need to get to. But anyway, thank you very much for reading with me again. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and feel free to chat with me anywhere on the internet, on YouTube, Instagram, Threads, if you want to follow me on there, Goodreads. If you don't have Instagram, I check my comments and stuff, and I want to see where everyone is on their reading goals. Oh, we didn't even discuss the Goodreads awards, which is always a hot mess. But I will say I'm very happy that Divine Rivals won for Best YA Fantasy, because that is, in my opinion, one of the most perfectly written books, perfectly crafted books that I have ever read. And I'm very happy that that won. I saw that Fourth Wing won for Romantasy, which was not my choice. But if you love that book, I'm happy for you that it won. Yeah, I think Divine Rivals deserved it. And Goodreads is always tricky because they don't even have enough categories. I don't even think they had poetry this year, which is very strange to me. Why wouldn't you have a category for poetry? They didn't have a category for manga, I saw as well, which is baffling. And the choices are never quite what we always want. But I actually think that Divine Rivals deserved it. Yeah, all of them went to Fourth Wing for sure. And I do know that even though House of Flame and Shadow is coming out on January 30th and we'll have another 11 months of the year to go, House of Flame and Shadow will win. and I will be one voting for it as well. But it is kind of like ridiculous. And there are amazing indie fantasy romance books out there, and I've discovered so many this year. Thanks to Instagram and YouTube. Like I feel like I've always been reading romantasy. There just like wasn't a defined category until the last few years, but I'm glad that it did get its own section thanks to probably Book Talk this year through the Goodreads awards. I'm glad it has its own section because it's big enough, but still. Anyway, that's just my soapbox to end the night. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you next Sunday, and if not next Sunday, somewhere else on the internet. And if not there, hopefully on Monday on our all-day reading sprints. I'm going to end the stream now. Good night, good afternoon, goodbye, wherever you are, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye.